Hey guys! I know it's been a while and I will be back with some more educational videos soon, but in the meantime I thought I would film something different. My skin is prepped and I always start with my eyes first. I went in with some hair pomade and brushed my brows through in an upward motion, and then adding some brown eyeshadow in hair-like strokes for a natural brow. Then I'm going in with some eyeshadow primer by MAC, and I'm going to be linking all of the products used in my description box below if you want to look back at what I used. I'm going to be using this cheek, lip, and eye palette by Senna Cosmetics today, mixing these two shades on my palette. I'm going to be adding this to my eyes with a fluffy brush, going back and forth between my eyes to make sure I apply evenly. I've been really into using creams on my eyes lately and then adding powder on top. And then adding the same color with the same brush under my eyes, I'm just squeezing the brush just like this so I don't have to use a second brush. Taking a little of the white from the same palette and mixing it into the first color just to lighten it up a bit for the inner lid area using my finger. Using this eyeshadow palette by Viseart, going in with this bronze shade in the outer corner of my eyes. Then going in with this shade that has more pink in it, and I'm applying that to my inner lid area. Now going in with this shade that has a little more gold in it, applying it right in the middle as a transition shade. Now taking a flat brush with some dark brown matte eyeshadow and smudging it along the lash line. Then just finishing the eyes with some mascara. Not going to be using any false lashes. I'm applying some liquid shimmer on my chest and shoulders. This one is by Becca Cosmetics, and then applying that same product on the high points of my cheek underneath my foundation. I'm going to be color correcting my under eyes. You by no means need a color correcting palette this big for personal use. This is what I have in my kit, and this is to cover all skin tones. If it's for personal use, they have some that have a few colors in it to mix. I will do a video on color correcting, but I'm going to be first correcting this little area that I have a little bit of blue-violet discoloration. And then I'm applying a different color here where it's more of a gray-brown discoloration. Again, I will go in more detail about that another time. I'm going to be using mostly Graftobian products today. So using the Graftobian HD foundation, this is a cream product. I like to apply it first with my finger and then blend it out with a brush. Creams give you a very skin-like finish. After applying it with a brush, I kind of like to go over everything with a damp beauty sponge. And this just helps pick up any excess product and really blend everything together, like melt it into the skin. I'm gonna be using the same foundation under my eyes over the color corrector with just a little bit and patting it in with this brush, being careful not to move the color corrector. This is also a Graftobian product. It's part of their Corrector series, but it's called Extra Highlight, and I'm gonna be using that to highlight today. I don't like to go too close under my eyes, so I kind of just leave it right in that area. Now taking that damp sponge again and just pressing that and rolling that into the skin. Now going back in with that Senna product, I'm going to be mixing these two shades on my cheeks with a stippling brush. I'm using the brush to apply it, and then I'm going to go in with the sponge to blend it out and pick up any excess product. And then I kind of go over it again with that foundation brush with a little bit of foundation that's still on it, just to make sure that the edges are blended in with the foundation. Going in with my Ket Set powder to set my T-zone area. Actually, I'm gonna set my whole face with this powder, but in the T-zone area where I get oily, I'm gonna set it with this more dense brush and press it into the skin. And then in the other areas of my face where I want to keep it more dewy, I'm going to go in with a fluffier brush and do what we call a soft set, and applying very little pressure in those areas, just brushing it on very lightly. And now I'm going in with a powdered blush by Inglot. If I'm doing a full face on myself or on someone else, I always go in with a powder blush over the cream blush to help it last throughout the day. Same with a cream bronzer, I'll go in with a powdered bronzer on top. Adding a little bit of powder highlight. This one's by Terry. And then also adding that to my collarbone and my shoulders. Finishing with a little mascara on my bottom lashes. I went off camera to do my lipstick, and that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video.